Vanessa Bryant, the widow of Kobe Bryant, was pregnant, potentially pregnant by a young basketball player.
Vanessa Bryant is in the news. Rumors that she might be pregnant with his child are rife after a new video surfaced that shows her getting intimate with a male. The internet is going crazy. And believe me, this is far more complicated than you may imagine. Let us dissect it. The maelstrom of viral content. The purported romance that caused a stir on the internet. The internet went crazy in early June 2025 over what seemed to be the year's biggest celebrity scoop. One narrative dominated discussions on all of the main social media platforms. According to reports, Boston Celtics standout Jaylen Brown and NBA great Kobe Bryant's widow, Vanessa Bryant, were involved in a covert liaison. The carefully chosen photo collages that appear to portray an impossible story of forbidden love, rather than official announcements or paparazzi photos, captured the attention of millions of people.
The internet has been crazy the last couple of days about this Vanessa Bryant story. I know y'all have heard it at this point. There was a rumor going on for the last 3 or 4 days that Vanessa Bryant, the widow of Kobe Bryant, was pregnant.
Vanessa and Jaylen Brown's reported romance was much more than just ordinary celebrity rumors. Grief, healing, judgment, and the unrealistic expectations society sets on widows in the public lair were all topics covered. The ideal candidate for this staged scandal was 27-year-old Jaylen Brown. The Boston Celtics star was technically available and suited the storyline of Vanessa maybe dating a young basketball player because he had recently broken up with WNBA member Kisra Gonderzik in February 2025. Millions of people blindly trust the captivating visual narrative. Viral picture collages of Vanessa Bryant and Boston Celtics star Jaylen Brown featured the two at various public events side by side or in combination. One especially compelling picture had Vanessa at a Lakers charity event, looking stunning in a sophisticated black evening gown, standing next to a picture of Jaylen Brown at an NBA awards show. The ideal illusion that they were experiencing the same time, the same space, and the same thrill was produced by the color corrections and lighting modifications.
Then there was another rumor that she was not only pregnant, but potentially pregnant by a young basketball player.
A young baller.
That was the quote that was in the news. It said a young baller. I'm assuming they meant basketball player.
These collages have their roots in late May 2025, when a misconstrued Facebook photo of Vanessa looking like she had put on weight sparked pregnancy rumors. An intricate conspiracy theory swiftly developed from what had begun as harmless conjecture about a possible pregnancy bump. Internet detectives started piecing together a story that implied Vanessa was not only pregnant, but had been covertly seeing the young Celtic star for months. The alleged timetable that surfaced was incredibly comprehensive and appeared to be plausible. Viral rumors claimed that Vanessa and Jaylen first met at a charity function that benefited young basketball programs. Given their mutual interest in basketball philanthropy, this meeting was logical. According to the Gossip Mill, their first relationship was solely professional and focused on helping young athletes from disadvantaged backgrounds before progressively developing into something more private and intimate. Millions of people were captivated by the purported relationship chronology and fervently hoped that this impossibly romantic tale was true. It was hypothesized that Vanessa had found emotional support from Jaylen, who was renowned for his intelligence and social awareness, while she worked through the difficult process of recovering from the deaths of her husband and daughter. According to the story, he was aware of the fine line that must be drawn when dating a widow.
Fortunately, earlier in the week, Vanessa came out to clear up the rumor. She said, "I'm enjoying my summer, not pregnant." Basically I'm ignoring the rest of the rumor.
Who had kids, someone who could be there for the family's immediate needs while also honoring Kobe's memory. Videos labeled Jaylen Brown, Vanessa Bryant gained popularity on platforms like as TikTok by aggregating irrelevant images and videos, frequently accompanied by dramatic subtitles that fueled discussions on widowhood and moving on. With fictitious first dates, covert rendezvous, and secret romantic retreats, these movies developed whole plots around the purported connection. According to one particularly popular TikTok, the couple apparently had a private supper at a fancy restaurant in Los Angeles, where they supposedly disclosed intimate details about their interactions with the staff, what they ordered, and what they wore. Another popular myth said that the pair had been seen at Disneyland with Vanessa's daughters, and that Jaylen was remarkably adept at playing the part of a father figure. These made-up tales portrayed him as the ideal spouse, someone who could blend in with Vanessa's family and respect Kobe and Gianna's legacy.
Since last time, Vanessa Bryant's mom has filed a lawsuit against Vanessa. She wants $92 an hour, 12 hours a day for the last 5 years for being a grandmother. Keep in mind that the Bryant family had named.
Alongside the relationship allegations, there were pregnancy rumors, which fueled the flames. Amateur detectives on social media examined the purported baby bump photographs with forensic precision. Every public appearance was analyzed for indications of a protruding belly, fashion choices were evaluated, and camera angles were discussed. Betting odds over whether Vanessa was truly pregnant apparently surfaced on offshore gambling sites as a result of the fervent speculation. By June 8, 2025, they were amplified by users on X, with collages and posts like one from Twitboxer showcasing Vanessa Bryant and Jaylen Brown potential, with millions of people sharing thoughts, speculations, and responses to the purported romance. The hashtags #VanessaandJaylen and #MomBaylo started to trend internationally. The cultural influence went well beyond ordinary rumors about celebrities. International discussions around widowhood, grieving periods, and societal norms on the appropriate duration of mourning were spurred by these rumors. 5 years after Kobe's passing appeared to be a psychological threshold, long enough for spectators to believe Vanessa deserved happiness once more, but not long enough for them to be ready for her to find it. Age disparities and power dynamics were questioned in light of the purported association. Critics questioned whether such a connection would be appropriate, given that Jaylen was much younger. Major sports networks started to cover the story, despite supporters' claims that both were consenting adults, free to pursue happiness wherever they could. The purported couple was at the center of a media frenzy that was getting bigger by the hour when entertainment reporters contacted them for remarks. But the truth came to light as detectives looked more closely at the evidence. There are no real photographs of Vanessa and Jaylen together, and the collages were made by fans or were based on rumors rather than factual information. With the help of digital manipulation and society's voracious hunger for scandal, the romance that enthralled millions of people was nothing more than elaborate fiction. Family betrayal, the heartbreaking legal battle. Vanessa Bryant was battling a very real and intensely personal struggle that would test family loyalty and reveal the devastating effects that money and grief can have on the closest connections, while the internet created fake romance scandals. This was a real legal nightmare that played out, not just hearsay.
Vanessa's mom, Sophia Lane, recently sat down for a televised interview for Univision, where she emotionally claimed that her daughter kicked her out of her house and repossessed her car.
For a family already torn apart by unfathomable grief, the lawsuit was a public declaration of war. According to Sophia's allegations, there had been decades of financial exploitation, broken promises, and underpaid labor. She claimed to be the family's primary caregiver, available to the Bryants whenever they needed her help, day or night. Sophia claimed to have worked for the Bryant family for 18 years as an unpaid nanny and personal assistant, putting in 12 hours a day without pay, breaks, or healthy food. She asserted that during the supposed service period, her hourly salary should have been $96 per hour, or millions. Sophia's initial public action against Vanessa in September 2020 marked the beginning of the catastrophic family dispute. During her tearful appearance on Univision's El Gordo y la Flaca, Sophia said that Vanessa had forced her out of a Newport Beach property owned by the Bryants and demanded the return of a car that the family had given her. Sophia begged me, "I need you to leave this house," as she sobbed. She also expressed to me her desire for her car, which she now desires.
Apparently, he turned to her and said, "I'm going to take care of you for the rest of your life. You won't have to worry about a damn thing. I'm going to take care of you for the rest of your life."
A highly public family battle that would be played out in courtrooms and media headlines for months began with a televised interview, which shocked the entertainment industry. One day after the interview aired, Vanessa responded with promptness and decisiveness. In response to the interview, Vanessa stated that her mother has not been emotionally or physically present since Kobe and her daughter died, despite assertions to the contrary. Vanessa responded scathingly, presenting a radically different picture that was in direct opposition to almost all of her mother's assertions. Vanessa wrote, expressing the depth of her anguish and betrayal, "My husband and daughter died suddenly, and yet my mother had the guts to do a television interview, speaking poorly of me while crying for a car and a house that were not in her name." Intimate information on the Bryant family's financial arrangements and the intricate relationships that had existed between Vanessa and her mother for many years were made public throughout the court battle. "I'm going to take care of you for the rest of your life," she claimed. Kobe had told her over and over, "There will not be anything to worry about." Sophia claims that these purported assurances served as the foundation for an oral agreement that gave her the right to ongoing financial assistance even after Kobe passed away.
This lawsuit had nothing to do, there were no damages paid. The $31 million in damages to Vanessa Bryant and Chris Chester had nothing to do with the taking of the photograph or the dissemination of photographs.
With several homes and substantial sums involved, the financial issues were very intricate. According to Sophia, the Bryants spent over $2.6 million on a house for her, sold for $3.2 million later. Her lawsuit states that the money was used to buy a second, smaller house for $1.7 million, leaving $1.5 million that she claimed was hers but had been unlawfully held by Vanessa. Vanessa said Sophia was a grandma who was supported by her and Kobe at her request, and she denied ever having been a personal assistant or nanny. In her thorough response, Vanessa clarified that she and Kobe were our daughter's full-time caregivers, and that she had always been a stay-at-home mom. The argument exposed the Bryants' long-standing financial assistance to Sophia, which spanned almost 20 years. Vanessa said she had been her mother's caregiver for almost 20 years, giving her a place to live, a car, and money out of family duty rather than a job contract. She made it clear that Sophia only infrequently watched her elder kids as toddlers, and by 2010, the girls were enrolled full-time in school and participating in sports, so they did not need constant watch. However, the legal dispute was not limited to the family lawsuit. At the same time, Vanessa was engaged in yet another intense legal battle that would prove to be much more emotionally taxing. After firefighters and sheriff's officers posted graphic images of the crash scene, Vanessa filed a lawsuit against Los Angeles County in September 2020, alleging negligence and invasion of privacy. This case dealt with first responders' unlawful distribution of explicit crash scene images, which caused her family great mental pain and infringed upon their privacy. The level of institutional callousness Vanessa experienced throughout her grieving was exposed by the violation of privacy case. 8 officers had snapped pictures of Kobe Bryant's body and distributed them to family, friends, and a select number of individuals at bars. The emotional suffering Vanessa experienced as a result of her worry that these photos might someday leak to the public was the focus of the complaint, not the actual capturing or distribution of the images.
That's why in our camps, the girls and boys run drills together, play on the same team together. And this enables them to feel confident competing against each other during games and scrimmages.
During the trial, Vanessa gave an emotional statement in which she said, "When I found out about the photo sharing, I wanted to run down the block and just scream." In August 2022, the jury gave her $16 million. This amount was later raised to $28.85 million in a settlement reached in February 2023, which settled all of her claims, including those that might have come from her daughters. The emotional strain caused by the scheduling of both court cases was nearly intolerable. Vanessa was reliving the horror of Kobe and Gianna's deaths through testimony regarding the crash site images, all the while coping with her mother's betrayal and demands for millions. During her most vulnerable time, a combination of institutional ineptitude and family greed showed incredible fortitude in the face of numerous betrayals. The lawsuit revealed how financial desperation can sever the strongest ties and the terrible effects of bereavement on family relationships. The instance demonstrated how Kobe most likely served as the unifying factor for Vanessa's family, and after he left, everyone began aiming for the stars. When Sophia perceived a chance for financial gain in her daughter's most vulnerable moment, the tragedy that should have brought the family closer instead tore them apart. The majority of onlookers saw both lawsuits as ruthless exploitation of a distraught mother and widow, and the public's response was decisively in favor of Vanessa. It was especially cruel in timing. It showed levels of external strain that would have broken most people to file the family case less than a year after losing Kobe and Gianna, and to fight the county over the accident images at the same time. On August 4th, 2021, a notice of unconditional settlement was filed in Orange County Superior Court, marking the conclusion of the settlement with Sophia. The conditions were kept private, and no financial information was made public.
And well, my mom didn't go to college, so I'm so happy she was able to get the college experience, and we had so much fun together.
You're showing her the robes, which I think is so fun.
Another significant step in conserving their legacy was the August 2024 unveiling of Kobe and Gianna's statue outside Crypto.com Arena. In collaboration with the Lakers, Vanessa unveiled a bronze statue called Girl Dad, which shows Kobe and Gianna cuddling while being encircled by angel wings. She highlighted their unique link and her role in determining how their legacy is remembered when she said, "Kobe was the quintessential girl dad, and Gigi was the ultimate daddy's girl." During the ceremony, Vanessa demonstrates remarkable balance and priorities in her roles as a mother to 3 girls, a business empire manager, and a foundation worker. Vanessa was clearly proud of Natalia's significant accomplishment, her May 2025 graduation cum laude from USC's School of Cinematic Arts. The enduring ties within the Lakers family were illustrated when Lakers owner Jeannie Buss personally gave Natalia her diploma, and Vanessa thanked him for making the occasion even more memorable.
Not only because it's such an amazing achievement, but because I was able to witness all the work leading up to that moment. I remember sitting beside him during late nights, whether I was working on a school project, getting a midnight snack, or unable to sleep.
Bianca and Capri's development has also been carefully cultivated. Bianca's training with former WNBA player Candace Parker, who said in July 2025 that basketball runs in her family, raises the possibility that the family's athletic heritage will endure into the following generation. As evidenced by Vanessa's social media posts, Capri frequently adopts her father's postures and facial expressions, demonstrating how Kobe's influence endures in their day-to-day interactions. Kobe must strike a careful balance between letting her daughters follow their own lives and maintaining her heritage. Vanessa has always made it clear that, although it is vital to remember their father, she also wants her children to follow their own interests and aspirations. This idea is demonstrated by Natalia's decision to study cinematic arts instead of playing basketball professionally, which Vanessa wholeheartedly supports. Beyond her organization, Vanessa's advocacy work reaches into larger societal discussions regarding gender parity in women's sports. Her remarks at gatherings like the Super Bowl weekend Sports Power Brunch present a vision for sports that transcends gender norms, prioritizing respect for one another over domination and teamwork over rivalry.
It was important to Kobe. It was exemplified by Gigi. And it is something for which Natalia, Bianca, Capri, and I will always remember. Congratulations to all the honorees, and thank you so much for this award.
Since 2020, Vanessa has changed her lifestyle significantly, demonstrating her dedication to long-term health and well-being for her daughter. Intermittent fasting helped her lose 50 pounds in 2024, but it signifies more than just a physical change. For her daughter's future, it represents her will to be present and healthy. Her response to public scrutiny, including intrusive behavior and false pregnancy rumors, gossip on her private life, exhibits exceptional poise under duress. Using Rihanna memes to claim she was not pregnant and was enjoying herself over the summer, the June 2025 response to pregnancy rumors included both comedy and stern boundary establishing. Her strategy makes it very evident that although she is still well known because of Kobe's legacy, her personal life is still very discreet. Those that promote women's and girls basketball are recognized by the WNBA through the Kobe and Gigi Bryant WNBA Advocacy Award, which was created in 2021. Gianna's unrealized desire of playing professionally is symbolized by this prize, which also serves to emphasize how crucial it is to promote women's sports at all levels. The global impact of Vanessa goes beyond American sports culture. Scholarships for minority college students throughout the world are part of the Mamba and Mambacita Foundation's global reach, which reflects the universal appeal of Kobe's message and Vanessa's dedication to fostering possibilities across national borders. Vanessa's financial empire, which is projected to be worth $600 million by 2025, embodies both prosperity and accountability. Every business choice has an effect on the future of her family, as well as the thousands of young athletes who gain from foundation initiatives. Prioritizing communal effect over personal enrichment is demonstrated by her decision to donate court settlements to the foundation rather than keep them for herself. Looking ahead, Vanessa's goals for July 2025 are to support her daughter's personal adventures, broaden the foundation's global reach, and continue to pay tribute to Kobe and Gianna's legacies through genuine action rather than token gestures. I appreciate you. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below.